slowly moving that direction. It's definitely a snapping turtle. The water there is pretty shallow, so you might be able to make a jump for this, but just be patient. If you see it, you can go for it. It's right there. It's headed this direction. Just go for it.
Oh, got him. All right, guys, well, today I'm here inside Blendon Woods Metro Park in Columbus, Ohio, on the search for some monster snapping turtles. Now, the turtles that I'm gonna be attempting to catch today are by far the largest of my career, so it's gonna be pretty difficult for me. So if only I had the king of snapping turtles out here to help me do it.
Oh, hey Ray, I thought I heard you say something about king of snapping turtles.
And that would be this man right here. Today I'm out here with my personal idol, Coyote Peterson. Coyote, what do I need to know today?
Well, this location is one of the first places that we film content on the Brave Wilderness channel. Actually, the very first episode ever diving for snapping turtles was filmed in this very lake. The turtles here are big, some of the largest on record in the United States. And my approach for catching snapping turtles is a bit different than from what I've seen you doing, because I stand on a kayak and jump from it into the water to be able to make the catch.
Right, so you guys out there watching are used to me catching snapping turtles, just kind of walking around through the mud and knee deep, maybe even waist deep water. Is that gonna be the case here today?
No, a lot of the water areas are much deeper. There's thick plant life, and in order to be able to get yourself in position to catch a turtle, you're gonna have to be over top of it.
Yeah, absolutely no pressure. I'm only gonna be standing on Coyote Peterson's kayak today to try to catch snapping turtles. So we were actually out here last night doing a little bit of a test run first to see if I can even stand on a kayak. Dude, I can't believe I'm on Coyote Peterson's kayak.
You're on Coyote Peterson's one and only kayak.
Which I was able to do, right?
You did amazing. I was almost certain you would fall off at least once, and you didn't, which is the first step. However, standing on a kayak, rowing, looking for turtles either at the surface or beneath the surface and hidden amongst plants, two different things, let alone then having to jump in and actually make a catch.
What other aspects do I need to nail today?
My number one piece of advice would be that if you see a turtle, and you know you see a turtle, and you're gonna jump and make that catch, you have to commit. If you do not, if you just grab the side of the turtle shell or you slip, that turtle could spin around, and if it gets your hand or your arm in its mouth, it's gonna be a medical emergency.
Right. Safety is a big priority today, and catching a snapping turtle is gonna be pretty difficult because I've never done it this way, but I think I can pull it off today.
I have confidence. If anybody can do it, you can. Let's get out on the water and get some dragons.
Let's do it. Coyote Peterson is as big of a legend in the animal world as one can be, which means that today's challenge is probably the biggest of my career. Not only do I have the pressure of catching a snapping turtle with him, but I'm attempting to do it in a way that I've never done before. The conditions were also pretty wonky. Visibility wasn't good in a lot of the lake, making it incredibly tough to see any snapping turtles lurking below. But luckily for me, I have Coyote by my side guiding me through every step of the process.
I would say look at the environment and think about how you would attack this. We know that the water off to the left is pretty shallow, the water off to the right is pretty shallow, the center is going to be a little bit deeper, but what you're looking for right now, because of the murkiness of the water, we had a lot of rain last night, and that murkiness is going to make it difficult. So you're looking for any turtle that may be at the surface hunting. There you go, you got it.
After scanning the shallows with no signs of any snappers, we found ourselves in deeper and much clearer water, which also happens to be the territory of the two largest snapping turtles in the lake.
See bubbles? Oh, yeah. That is probably a turtle.
Suddenly, my heart dropped as I spotted a carapace about 20 feet in front of me, which means I would attempt to make my very first jump. I had it. The problem was he was facing backwards.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of jump at an angle.
Oh, but you made the jump. Hold on. Let me come over closer to you. Yeah. It's kind of deep there too. You went all the way under, huh? You're soaking wet.
Yeah.
You made a jump. What happened?
So I could see the snapper from probably 10 or 15 feet away. Didn't know which way he was facing until I was right on top of him. And he was facing behind me, so I had to kind of jump at an angle. I couldn't just go straight at it, otherwise his head would probably be going right into my midsection. And I had the turtle by the back of its shell with one hand, but going off what you said earlier, like my head was kind of submerged. I just didn't want to, risk losing grip while trying to pull him in, and he turns and bites me. So, man, I almost had him.
The key is to basically get a grip on it, and I always try to get that tail as soon as I can. And while you don't want to hold the turtle by its tail, yeah, plus you went underwater. The second you go underwater, you're like, your body panics and you're like, wait, I'm underwater in mud, in plants, and I'm trying to hold on to a turtle that could swing around and bite me in the face.
That was tough. I almost missed on the jump too, because like I was about to go in and I stuttered because then I saw he was facing behind me and I almost went back the other way, losing my balance. But like we've been stressing, it rained a lot last night, so pretty confident that these turtles are just now waking up for the day and coming out. Yeah, let's keep going though.
Let's do it.
It was fun.
Hey,
it was really fun.
You got the jump though. You did the jump. That's a huge part. I was actually just starting to think, man, I hope you at least get into the water today after attempting at some point. I knew we'd start to see him because I did see one's head up, so. Yeah. All right, well, let's keep going.
Even though I didn't get the turtle, my excitement was so high. I was 100% confident that I would nail my next opportunity.
That is so tough. I know exactly what it feels like to jump from a kayak and actually make contact with the turtle, and their shells, the carapace is so slippery because it's covered in algae. It slips out of your hand and then it's gone, just like that. But I'm excited that Ray at least got to make a jump. Now he knows what it feels like to launch himself from the kayak. He knows what it feels like to go completely underwater. He was in over his head in a bunch of thick weeds, which of course makes it extra dangerous. But now he knows what to do differently the next time. Now, if he caught a turtle on the first attempt, I would have been super impressed, but it took me several attempts jumping from kayaks in deeper water before I was able to actually master it as well. He's got the hang of it. He's doing great. He's now submersed himself into the environment, and I think the next jump is going to be a catch.
However, we made pass after pass after pass with absolutely no signs of any other turtles, which means it was best to circle back to land and regroup from there. So I officially made my first jump into the water. Coyote, I know, did you actually watch me jump into the water?
I did. I was looking to the left and I heard a bunch of noise and I looked over and then I just saw you go in.
Right.
And I saw the kayak go one direction and then the other, and then you went bloop all the way underwater. Yeah. And I was like, you popped up, I was like, did you get it? And you're like, I could just tell the look on your face was like, oh, I had a hand on the turtle.
I know. Yeah, that's the most frustrating part is that I had it, but it just slipped away. So what's our game plan now?
Well, given the time crunch that we're in, given the current status of the water, which is murky on half of the lake, clear-ish on the other half, I think we're gonna have to give it at least one more attempt. But let's check the clock because, you know, we're up against that based on your flight out today. But at least you got in the water and you got wet. You know what it's like now to jump off a kayak. I think next time you're gonna get it, no questions asked.
Yeah, okay, well, here's to the best of luck on our last run out. So this is where it gets interesting. Initially, I was supposed to fly home later on in the day, but due to delays, my flight was canceled, and I wouldn't be leaving until tomorrow morning, which means now we had all day to search for snapping turtles. With that in mind, we took a break for lunch, then came back to Blended Woods for one last attempt. Well guys, we're back from our short break. Coyote, why did we have to take a break?
Turtles are not real active during the middle of the day, plus we also needed to get lunch, so now the light is once again perfect. Turtles should be hunting. We've got about 2 hours worth of daylight left. Conditions look great. Hopefully the water's a little bit less murky. Right. And this is your second attempt at making a catch.
I feel like all I need is that one last chance. I think I can get the turtle.
This is it. All we gotta do is see one.
There's only one way to find out. Let's do it.
Okay, back out on the water. We have a bubble trail. Ray is hot on the chase at the moment. Will he make his catch? We are fully armed with multiple cameras. Let's see what happens. It'd be amazing if he caught a turtle right within our first 5 minutes of being on the water.
Okay, so we just saw a bubble trail, maybe about 30 yards ahead. Definitely a little bit tougher to see than earlier. So right now, looking in front of the kayak and to my right, it's really good visibility. But to my left, I can't see anything. With the sun disappearing from the sky and the water only getting murkier, it wasn't looking good. We spotted a handful of turtles at the surface, but none of them were very catchable.
Yeah, you saw him? Saw the carapace at us. That's the toughest thing sometimes, is that if you see a turtle once you're already drifting past, it's really hard to actually turn around.
Altogether, there just wasn't that much action, and eventually it all came down to one final attempt.
We definitely see where there is a turtle under the water. It's murky, it's deep, it's sitting right there. Eventually it needs to come up for air. When it does, or if it starts to move into shallower water, we see the direction that it's going. Ray might be able to make a jump and actually pursue it. Saw a shell come to the surface. Just let your kayak drift you. It's slowly moving that direction. It's definitely a snapping turtle. Don't row, just drift. I think you can jump and grab, like literally, like right there. Just go for it.
Oh, got him. Oh, I got him. Yes. Oh,
Yes!
there we go.
Yes!
Oh
You
my
did
goodness.
it! He did it! Holy cow!
Woo, hey buddy. Oh, you are super angry. Oh my God, that was a blind jump too. Oh, he almost slipped away, just like the turtle before. This time, I was able to get him on the tail, and I had him locked up.
Holy cow, he did it! The 11th hour. Literally, there's less than a minute left on this memory card right there. Holy cow. Dude, I was like, just go for it.
Yeah.
Dude, fearless. Your face was all the way underwater. You did it. And that's it. This SD card is full. Here, I will get I'll get the kayak. And wow, great job. Holy mackerel, in the 11th hour. Can you believe it? I'll tell you what, let me put her in, hold her for a second. I'll just put her in my kayak so that we definitely know that she's not gonna get away. Oh, that is one angry little female snapping turtle right there. Holy mackerel, oh boy. Look at her, she's right in, I'm gonna get bit in the foot. I'm gonna definitely get bit in the foot. Oh boy, that turtle's really close to my foot. And it has a really sharp beak. I can't believe she has not bitten my foot yet. We got ourselves a female snapping turtle.
Well, it took every bit of effort and all day long, but I got a turtle, and I got it Coyote Peterson style.
Yes,
so,
you did.
are you impressed?
I have to say, I am unbelievably impressed. And when you talk about effort, sometimes this is what it takes. You literally missed a flight because it was rerouted, which means this was supposed to happen.
Right, the stars aligned perfectly, because if everything went according to plan, I never would have caught a turtle today. And she is absolutely beautiful. I mean, when I flip the turtle up, look at the coloration of her plastron. It's gorgeous, is it not? It's like a nice golden brown. And we were just talking, you believe she could be pregnant, correct?
She's likely pregnant at this point in the year. So if you're wondering, is this putting any stress on the turtle? No, snapping turtles are incredibly resilient. She'll be just fine. Those eggs aren't fully formed yet, but I can see that she definitely is pretty plump, which means that she had a successful breeding season. Hopefully those eggs get laid and are not eaten by a skunk or a fox or a raccoon. But believe it or not, this is the only female snapping turtle that I have ever seen or caught in this body of water.
That's crazy. And this turtle, on the side of its face facing towards the camera, it's missing an eye, right?
It's either missing an eye or the eye is injured, and that's a new injury since the last time I saw her. But where that likely came from is during breeding season, the males will mount up on top of the female's carapace with their claws going. She's struggling, fighting, and trying to get away. She's following her instincts that it is breeding season, but it is a very violent breeding experience for female turtles. And in many instances, if the water's too deep, a female can actually drown. So she likely got that eye injured in that process, but I would not be surprised if the next time I catch her, that eye is actually healed.
Right, and this is definitely not the biggest snapping turtle in this lake, but it's still one heck of a catch. I went at it blind. You just told me to go for it, and I went for it. I didn't know what exactly I was gonna feel, when I was gonna feel it, if I might take a bite, but I landed on the turtle perfectly, and unlike before, I was able to get grip on the back of its tail, which allowed me to slide my hands up, and then I was able to secure her.
Well, what was interesting about that scenario is we were struggling so much with the light getting low. There's a weird haze in the sky. The plant life has become incredibly dense. Even since we were out here earlier today, the algae has bloomed as the sun's gotten lower in the sky. So there was a completely blind jump. Like, you didn't see the turtle, I couldn't see the shadow, I could see the bubble trail. And the key with bubble trails is that the bubble trail is always coming from the back of the turtle, which is why I knew it was okay to say jump, go now, or you're not gonna get the turtle. And you basically were right in position to be able to grab it. The water wasn't too deep. You pretty much went all the way under though. You got mud on the side of your face. Right, I saw your face hit the water, and then you came up and the look on your face like, oh my God. And I was like, yes, that was so cool.
A beautiful turtle. I just can't get over this golden brown
She's the queen of blending. The queen of blending.
I caught the queen on my first ever catch here.
Dude, I am so proud. It was amazing. You almost, we think, almost caught Big Daddy. So your first jump was a miss, second jump of the day, and you got a turtle.
We're gonna go let her back exactly in the area that we found her. That's very important for the turtles. Coyote, I can't thank you enough for taking me out here, taking me under your wing and showing me how to successfully catch turtles in a way that I never have before.
You absolutely did a phenomenal job, and now I think it's time for dinner.
Absolutely, I am starving.
Shower first though, you are gross.
You sure?
Yeah, you're not getting in any restaurant here in Columbus looking like that.
And for those of you out there who have not watched Coyote Peterson and the content on Brave Wilderness, it's definitely not going to be very many of those. Please go check it out. Like I said earlier, Coyote is my personal idol. He is the biggest reason I got into animals and filmmaking, and it is literally the best animal and adventure content on the planet, so please go check it out. But yeah, it's time to let this turtle go. We'll see you guys on the next adventure.
That's a wrap.
Today's adventure seems right out of a storybook. Not only did I catch a snapping turtle the Coyote Peterson style, but everything that led up to that moment made it all that more incredible. It took all day, many missed opportunities, and even a canceled flight for us to successfully get this turtle up close and in front of the cameras. And for me, doing all of that in front of my lifelong idol is something that I will never forget.